So today I want to talk a little bit about the quarter round. To me, it's the most iconic part of any tracker knife, and we'll go a little bit over the history and also some of the different design features and pull some curls. So let's go have some fun. In the early 80s, when Rob Brisson developed the first tracker design, and he had that larger chopping section in the front, the finer blade section here in the back, he had a problem. He had to find a way of making a transition between the two. And I wonder if at that time, whenever he invented that first quarter round, he had any idea of how useful that little piece of curved steel would be, and how really that is the one identifier universally on every tracker knife. As I'm going to apologize for the flies because it is dry season. But as you see here, there is a few pieces of the famous tracker curls. And that's usually what we associate that quarter round with nowadays. In the past, it's been called a gut hook and actually been used to decent effect on whitetails and elk, as far as what I've read. I think it was Mr. Black who was the first person to use the quarter round and post about it as pulling those nice tight little curls. He compared it to carrying his folding little hawkbill pocket knife, because that's what he used out in the brush. And whenever he saw the Tops version, he saw the correlation that it could be used the same way. I also like the quarter round for the simple fact that, like when you're carving, you can put pressure against the side of the wood and cut straight lines. Really handy for that. And also, if you're trying to notch certain sections, since this is sharp on both sides, you can really dig right in and put quite a bit of pressure. Here is my modified Tops T2. You can kind of follow the reflection there and kind of see how it's put together. Works really well. This is the back. And again, you can follow the reflection there. It works really good. It's not as sharp as the other ones right there, so I usually have to put a little bit more pressure behind it. But it does a wonderful job. And then here's the Woodsman. And it's extremely sharp. You actually have to watch to make sure you don't dig in too deep. Next step is take a board, lock it into place, and I'm going to pull some curls with that. Hopefully I can get the phone at the correct angle where you guys can see exactly what I'm doing, and we'll go from there. Okay, so you can hold your knife different ways. It's just basically whatever you feel comfortable with doing. For this, I'm just going to go right here, catch that corner with the inside of the curve. And I'm not going to be pressing hard at all because I don't want to dig into. You put too much of an angle and you're going to dig right into your wood. So let's just keep it nice and shallow. Yeah. And you can see that little piece right there. And just repeat. Nice little curls. I'm probably actually going too slow as I'm pulling this back, but I really want to make sure you guys can see this on the video. Okay, so I'm going to turn my angle a little bit, get more towards the top, and if you guys can see, the curls are coming off. So this is your area that you're working with, from about here all the way up to the top of the quarter round. And depending on the way the wood is shaped, and depending on what you're cutting into and the angle that you got it, can completely change what these curls are looking like. And as we go along, we go deeper into the wood, you'll see that. Normally, like I said, I would be going through here faster. This would be a limb out in the field. But for demonstration, I'm wanting you guys to see that as this is rounded, I need to move around to catch that high point. Right now I'm starting to get some bumps, so I'm getting some uneven surface, and you'll see that in the blade. So I'll switch over to here. Okay, so that one I took a bigger chunk out of, and you can see it compared to the others, nice and wide. See, as I'm pulling along the hook, changes the shape. Change the angle, and you get a completely different one. And try not to do what I'm doing. Every once in a while I'm digging in a little bit too far, which makes it harder to pull a nice long curl. Now, whenever you do get that uneven spot, you can flip the piece of wood around and then pull it from the opposite side, and that will even it out a little bit. I want to try it from this angle and just see what happens. Kind of reset it. Okay. Then back to take that off, and then go back to pulling curls. And right now, it takes some more force because I'm pulling off bigger stuff. There you go. So we've got this nice and rounded, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to pull curls off. And normally what I do is I just switch to the other side. But I'm curious what would happen, because the Woodsman has the quarter round and the kukri curve, to see if this will pull a little bit too. And it does. It's actually evening that out really nice. That's a deep one. Cool. I'm going to pull some from this side real quick. So, there we go. Okay, so they got all jammed up. And if you guys can see from the angle here, you can hear it where it grabbed the grain a little bit unevenly and starts chopping into it. So now, let's see if we can do about this. Let's see if we can even that out. Look at these curls. Flat. Nice and thick. That's probably too thick. Let's go back to the thinner stuff. Trying to find the high points. That's just too much fun. It really, really is. Okay. So we were using from about here up to here on the quarter round. And one of the things that when I was pulling too shallow and I was allowing this part of the straight to grab a hold of the wood, that's one of the reasons why I was getting those gouges. So you got to keep this away from the main section of wood, concentrate in there, and depending on where and how wide the piece of wood is, depends on what shape of the curl you get. Also, found out that the kukri curve here did a really nice job on evening out the gouges and giving us some nice flat, beautiful curls. Very wide. They're kind of like Pringles. Once you start, you just can't stop. It's always so much fun to pull curls. Think that's one of the reasons why I enjoy the tracker design so much. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you got any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.